I'm sorry, but to me, being 45 with no kids and no husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point.
Did she just call women that are 40 and above or 45 damaged goods because they don't have a man?
I'm sorry, but to me, being 45 with no kids and no husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point. I know y'all hate when I call y'all that, but time does not play. And y'all want to sit up here and be like, oh, in my 20s, this is my 20s. That is your prime, girl. Get the best. You are going to get the best man you can get in your 20s. I promise you that. After that, you are just a pick of a random ass litter, and you better hope to God that you find somebody. Because when I'm telling y'all, it's hard out here. Y'all think it's all fun and games because you're cute now, and your tight little waist and all that stuff. That shit gonna be gone, girl. You know what I mean? Like right now, stop around. Disclaimer though, I'm not saying going out here and be a baby mama. No, 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 no. Do not go out here and have kids in your 20s if you're not married. Do not do that. That is the girl. You will ruin your. Do not do that. If you are not married, do not have kids in your 20s. Now, if you're not married and you get pregnant in your 30s, probably best to keep the fucking babies because we don't know when your next opportunity gonna come. But like I said, this is for marriage goals only. Get married in your 20s. And they talking about some, oh, what if you don't like that person? What if you change? You both are going to change. You both will have things you don't like and things you do like, but you just can't leave someone because of one thing you don't like.
Girl, how much do they pay you to say this? To say this about women? That women in their 40s are damaged goods. How much? Because what do you mean? Because a woman that is in her 40s does not have a man. She's not happy. And you can only find your best man in your 20s. Who told you that? You find the best relationship in your 20s. In your 20s that your frontal lobe is not even developed, that you don't even know what you're doing in your 20s. That's when you find the best relationship. And who told you that a woman that is in her 40s, 45 and above, in fact 50, and is single is unhappy? What is going on? You guys are happy reaction on this video. Let's show you this video together. Then I will share my own thoughts at the end of the video.
Like about them. Being 45 with no kids and husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point. I know y'all hate when I call y'all that, but time does not play.
You know, as a married woman, I would never understand the pressure on putting an age limit on marriage. I would never understand the pressure of rushing women into settling down for any and everything just because of the title of marriage. As somebody who is married, marriage is serious business. Marriage is not a joke. Marriage is different from dating, it's different from boyfriend and girlfriend. The goal for marriage should be to marry once and marry right. But it seems like these days, a lot of these pick-me's are just chasing the title. Not even the institution, because there's nowhere in the Bible did it ever say that you have to get married at a certain age. So where does these logics come from? Oh, I know where it come from. The men. They love to say after a certain age you're washed up. After a certain age you're of no use. And there are women like this, simple-minded women like this, that fall for it. Mind you, it's always funny to me how somebody that is not married gives marital advice. How? From where? What experience do you have to even speak on this topic? So one thing I know for sure is that single people that are single, women that are single by choice because they have prioritized other things, I've never heard them turn 50 and regret not being married.
I haven't either.
But you know what people do regret? Bad marriages, bad experiences, bad men, having kids with bad people. So again, where did this pressure come from? Lady, please zip it.
I'm sorry, but to me, being 45 with no kids and no husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex.
I thought she was going somewhere with this video, but when she sped off and made a left turn, I didn't even bother to keep up. Let me just say this. You would never want somebody to call you damaged goods as a woman who's 40 plus. You wouldn't want somebody to call you damaged goods now. And there are some young girls who have slept with more people than the woman who was 40 plus. Let's keep it real. It's an ugly term, and you should find something else better to say because you sound like a misogynistic man. Now, I get where you were trying to go, But you ain't going to get that by calling women out of their name. You're not going to get that by insulting women. You don't know what it's like to be 45 plus because you haven't reached that age. And no, your 20s is not the best time to get married unless God says that's the best time for you to get married. I believe that in your 20s, you should be focused on yourself. You should be having fun. You should be dating. I did not say fornicating. Now, if you have an issue with keeping your legs closed, or a man has an issue with keeping his stuff in his pants and he wants to live righteously and by the book, then he should go ahead and get married. But if that is not your issue, you need to take time to worry about yourself, to focus on yourself, to figure out what you want to do in life, who you want to be in life, getting out your parents' house and moving into your own place so that you know what it's like to pay bills, so that you know what it's like to save money, to go on vacations, to buy all your own clothes. Focus on you. Build you up so that you are prepared when you go into a relationship with somebody else, because you will never get that time back again.
Not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point.
Yeah, I see that we're giving these unwanted opinions and we're not minding all the business that pertain to us that the Lord provided to us for free, okay? We're sitting here telling women past 40 that they're damaged goods. I just turned 43 yesterday. I ain't nobody damaged goods, okay? What I chose to do, and I'm single and I enjoy the single, okay? I love being single. I want you to know that every woman out here in the world don't want to be with somebody. There's a lot of women out here who don't want to be married. Everybody don't want that experience with the big white dress and the carriage. Everybody ain't trying to get saved. Listen, a strong introvert right here. I don't want nobody in my space, okay? But I know what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on that health and that wealth, okay? I'm trying to get my mind together and my pockets together. Don't nobody want no broke pockets. I'm not worried about no men, and a lot of women out here are not worried about no men. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good women out here who want to be loved, and I hope they get that for them. But let me tell you something. You said something else also, that when you're 20, you'll find the best relationship. Lies. Do you know how many women who've dated in their 20s, they've been in the trenches with men, then drugged them and learned their best experience dealing with men in their 20s, and then that make them wise as they get older? I've seen beautiful women out here who has married in their 40s and 50s and they found their correct mate, okay? So you spreading lies and you're sitting there talking as if you're right when you're absolutely wrong, spreading lies and venom, okay? Now, if that works for you, you go ahead and you live by that because that's what you believe in, okay? But sitting out here saying that people are damaged goods past 40, that's a lie and that's totally wrong. Again, we must mind our business, okay? Mind the business that pertains to you. It is totally free. And stop worrying about what people do with other people, okay?
But to me, being 45 with no kids and no fucking husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point. I know y'all hate when I call.
We will never be free. We will never be free, ladies. The fact that you're reducing a woman down to an expiration date, it makes me worried. You don't age out of a healthy relationship. That is the patriarchy talking in you. And I really wish women would stop thinking like that, because we will never be free. I said it in the beginning. This mindset alone is reason enough to roll your eyes into another dimension, because men are allowed to divorce, remarry, cheat, make their wives' lives miserable. They're allowed to be free in doing whatever they want. Like, for some reason, age doesn't exist when it comes to men, or they're allowed to age. Like, it's okay when a man ages, but when a woman, nope. You're walking around with a clock over your head and it has an expiration date. That's messed up. Another reason why this mindset, this thought process is a little messed up is because your frontal lobe is not fully developed till like your mid-20s. So why would the best man be hiding in a stage of life where most people, including men, are emotionally inconsistent? Tell me why. You're going to find your best man in your 20s? Really? Okay. But the key issue with this is it, once again, puts the blame on women for not finding a man right away and picking from the dating pool that already doesn't have quality control. And the very reason that this narrative needs to die is you're implying that a woman has failed if she didn't find a man in her early mid-20s. You're implying that. But you're not asking, was the man secure? Was he financially stable? Was he even a good person? You're not asking that. You're just putting the blame on a woman. And that's why we will never we will never be better until we lose this mindset. We also need to stop glorifying being chosen instead of choosing. And I've already talked about this, so I'm not going to go further into it because, I feel like it's self-explanatory to begin with, but I digress. I could go so much deeper into this, which is why you need to follow me on all my platforms. But the bottom line is women do not age out of being chosen or dating or finding true love. They age out of tolerating nonsense, which I feel like everyone needs to, because there are so many people in relationships now where they're just tolerating stuff they wouldn't have tolerated when they had boundaries and standards. Mm-hmm. Let's make that very clear. But I want to know what you guys think. I know I can't be the only one. I'm pro relationships, and I'm pro healthy relationships. Let's start there.
I have never seen a woman that chose to be single, and she's not in her 50s or 60s and come online to say, I regret. I should have gotten married to a man. I should have lived with a man I've not seen. I don't know if you have seen it because I have not seen. But I've seen countless of videos of women that have always wanted to be a mother, a wife. Since when they were growing up, they've had this reality, this dream of being the wife and a mother and a this and a that, coming to tell us that they regret it. They wish they didn't even have the dream past. They wish they never met the man that they are with right now. So I don't understand where the ideology is coming from. That once a woman is in a certain age, she does not have a man, she's a damaged goods. Who told you that? Like, I don't get it. And the fact that they always put age on women thing is very annoying, because a man that is in 45 years and doesn't have a wife or doesn't have any woman, nobody's going to look at him as if it's something or is a damaged good or no. If a man that is in 45 and is wealthy, it's okay. He's healthy and wealthy. They see him as hot cake. But a woman that is in that age, they tell you, oh, your wealth is nothing without a man. You're not really happy unless you have a man. I believe that people that still think that way are people that still believe in this fairy tale man and woman and children, family, husband and wife and people that still have that, those are people that will see women like that. And once they see you living your life, you feel like there's no other thing in this life to do than to be a wife and a mother. So once you got into a certain age and you don't have a child, you're not going to have a child. Your womb is closing. They believe that there's nothing else you can achieve in this life. Anything you are doing in this life is useless. So far you're not somebody's wife and you're not somebody's mother. Anything that you're doing is useless. I believe that people that think that way, and I feel like for you to still be thinking that way, you have not seen the lights. Because if you've seen the lights, you will know that there's more to life than being a wife and a mother. So even when you see a woman that is in her 70s and she tells you that I never got married, you'll be proud of her. You will be proud. In fact, you will go and take lessons from her and tell her, how did you do it? You will not be looking at women in their 45 and telling that they are old or something. What do you mean women in their 45 are old? Have you seen women in their 40s? Have you seen how beautiful they look? Have you seen them? And you're telling me they are damaged goods. What do you mean they are damaged goods? Do you know what it means for something to be a damaged goods? And you're comparing that to a woman, and you are a woman. I want to actually know how much they paid her to say that. I feel like she got paid for her to say that, because I cannot understand why she actually think that way. You guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, it's your girl Mariah Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.